Hi everyone, Coach Angela here. We're going to be reviewing our workout. So we are going to get started doing a lap after we've partnered up. So we're going to find a running buddy. We're going to have a handbag and we are going to do one lap. And I love this. We're going to be telling our partner where we originated from and a little bit about our home state as we pass the handbag back and forth. That one lap is either around your gym, on your soccer field, or nearby track, anything and anywhere that you can get like a good solid around 2 minutes in, so they have enough time to share their stories with each other. Then we're all going to come back together. We're going to do 30 seconds each of balance level jacks. Then we're going to go into 30 seconds of jacks, squat jacks. So we're going to squat and come up, squat and come up, 4-inch squats. So we're just going to lower about 4 inches, warming up the lower body. Then we're going to take it into speed squats and then squat to tippy toes. So a balance level jump squat here. Then we're going to go into deep squat, so making sure we're hitting that parallel. Then we're going to march in place. We're going to go into picking it up, jogging in place. Then fast feet. All of these are 30 seconds. Fast feet to dead girl, making sure they're super warm before we're asking them to drop their chest all the way to the earth. Otherwise, we're going to do a squat thrust light, jump or step it back. And then big clap overhead as we go back to fast feet. And then we're going to do dynamic hugs while we review our on the line workout. So we're going to be doing an on the line workout today. And we really want to make sure that we have really high energy music, that you have very clear instructions. The first round is going to take them a little bit of time, usually around 3 to 4 minutes, to get the concept. So making sure that your counter knows they're only doing 15 reps on the plyometric portion, either 15 box jumps or 20 step ups, and then they're the one that's going to push their team forward. So if you have 6 lines set out, your plyometrics is at the back of that line, and they are counting, and then they yell their team name, and it pushes their entire team forward. So that's really the difference between on the line and an A team. And you also do give your number before you get your number. So sometimes, depending on how big your group is, if it's super early in the morning, they just don't get it. Sometimes it doesn't click for them to count their reps and then give their number away before they get their number, and that's fine. If they screw up with counting, it's no big deal. It's supposed to be fun and high energy and crazy team names and quick rotation, so heart rate is super high. We don't really care so much about counting the reps. But what is fun is that if they do count their reps, and at the end of this 8-minute session, that they have 700 reps total. And then they're going to repeat this round a second time and try to beat those 700 reps or so on. And that's the general idea. So we're thinking that if we're looking at the line 1, which is TRX rows, I'm going to be counting my TRX rows, okay? So I'm going to be giving, in essence, I'm not really giving my number to anyone because I'm actually headed to the rest station, which is running up and down the line cheering my girls on because there's actually 7 people on a team, but only 6 lines. So I'm counting my reps. Let's say I get to 25. I turn to the girl behind me and I'm going to give her her new number to count up on. So I tell her 25 and she starts at 26, 27, 28. Now you have to be careful with the girls that they don't try to give their number to the person behind them until she's ready to take it, because she's got to give her number away too. So make sure that you give your number away before you then get the rep count that you're supposed to be on. So if I'm on line 2 and I got up to 56 running man, I've got to tell the girl behind me 56 before I find out that my number for TRX is 25. So I hope that makes sense. They want to give their number before they get their number of the station that they're rotating towards, okay? So give it and get it. So if we're thinking of that setup, we've got 6 lines set out with a whiteboard. There is round 1 exercise, and then there's round 2 exercise. So making sure that every whiteboard has those 2 exercises written on there, and that way when you go into round 3 and 4, you don't have to set up more papers. So you've got 6 stations set up in a line, and then that 7th station is the quote unquote rest. but really she is the cheerleader of the team. So she's going to be running up and down that line. She's going to be clapping. She's going to be yelling at her girls to drop their booties lower, to get their heart rate higher, to pump their energy up even more. I love to have like really fun, crazy glasses that are like star-shaped or hearts, like little pom-poms, tutus for A-team workouts like this, especially the week before Brick and on the community week, to make sure that people really feel that strong, powerful Kaya energy, and to make that rest station / cheerleader station super fun and energetic, because it is not a rest. You're actually going to be way more tired if you are traveling up and down and cheering your team on and doing crazy jumps and just having like the best time ever. So make sure that they are not just standing there at the back waiting for the plyometric person to be done. So we're thinking that we've got a line of 6. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our 6 is our counter, our plyo jumps or step ups. As soon as I hit 15 jumps, I yell my team name, which let's say is Kaya Beast, and we all rotate up. So now TRX is going to come to our cheerleader station, and the cheerleader steps up to the plate to the plyometrics. So we're not counting consecutive plyometric exercises or our box jumps. We don't care about those. They're just the counter. They do 15 or 20 step-ups, and then they don't worry about that number. They just go to the next station and get their number. So they're always the counter, but they don't have to worry about counting up their reps. So they're not going to have like 400 box jumps at the end of this. They're just counting up to 15 and then rotate their team. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, please comment on the Facebook page so we can really make sure that's very clear, because A-Team is one of the most fun and challenging Kaya formatted style or workouts that we do, but you really need to make sure it's very clear and understand that that first round is probably gonna have a learning curve to it. So you can't get frustrated if the girls just aren't getting it. They will, you have to give them time though. So exercise 1 is going to be TRX rows. So we're going to be doing our rows. This is going to be, it's not a high row, we're going to do a low row. So we're going to let those elbows scrape our sides as we squeeze our elbows together. Now if you don't have TRX or it just doesn't work in the setup of your gym, you can always do a bent over row. So making sure your core is nice and tight, that we have that neutral spine, inner thighs are squeezing together, and we have the weight in front of us, and we're squeezing and scraping our elbows along our rib cage. If you've got a weighted bar, even better, because it really allows them to have that range of motion where their arms are spread just a little bit wider and they're pulling the bar in right under their breastbone. So big exhale, or chest bone, sorry, not breastbone, that would be like way up here, it'd be awkward. We're pulling it in and lowering it down. Exercise 2 is running man. So this is cardio core. So we really want to make sure that they're getting their heart rate high while they're engaging their core. So beautiful plank, pulling those knees in, option for walking man for balance, jogging man for strength, and running man for Kaya. Then abs are going to be doing med ball or handbag sit-ups. So this is a 20-pound med ball. Probably wouldn't be giving my girls a 20-pounder, but that's all that's here. So that's what I have to use. So we're going to exhale. I love the option of a little toss at the top, but again, if you've got 20 pounds, you're probably not giving them that option to toss. Exercise 4 is squat thrust. So our balance level, we step it back, drop to those knees, push up, step it in, big clap at the top. Strength, we're going to add that hop back, halvesy push up, lower down, drop to your knees, exhale up, big jump in, clap at the top, and Kaya level, jump back, push up, jump in, big clap, okay? Exercise 5 is push-ups. So being mindful that if you're having them do squat thrust, right before that, it involves a push-up. So we actually, and I'm sorry that I just cued that with a push-up, I would suggest doing squat thrust light, because in the station right after that one or before that one is push-ups. So let's do a squat thrust light for line 4 and then push-ups for line 5. And we can really get a little crazy with those push-ups by asking them to do decline, even elevated push-ups, chest to the box is really challenging. So have some fun there. And then line 6 is our box jumps. So remembering for balance, we step up, full extension at the top, strength, we have that nice hop, and Kaya, we add height. So we're gonna go through about 8 to 9 minutes. Explaining all of this is going to take longer than you think, so making sure that you're really managing your time well so they can get through those rounds more than once to see if they can beat their number. So then at the end of that round, what you would do is every team should have a whiteboard, just one, and they're going to all write down their numbers. So when I finish, and let's say the time is called at squat thrust, we probably have like 200 squat thrusts. So the team comes together, we all write down our number, and we get one grand total tally. We tell the coach, she writes it next to Kaya Beast, and we're gonna repeat that for round 2 and try to beat that number. So then round 3 and 4 comes with new exercises. So our first exercise is TRX pull-ups. So the band should be short. This one is a little bit different of a TRX band, and I wouldn't be able to show you in the video if I had it super short, but you want it to be with bunny ears, or at least when I lean back here, I have that full range of motion to be able to exhale and get the crown of my head up towards my anchor point. So we're mimicking a pull-up here. If you have pull-up bars, awesome. Maybe give them the opportunity to jump on that band instead. Then we have mountain climbers for our cardio core. So mountain climbers is getting that foot outside the hand. We can either step or add that hop. We've got, again, our med ball, our handbag, 3-way sit-up here. So we're going to be coming up and almost like 3 ticks. Okay, so we're here, we're gonna come up instead of one smooth motion, we're gonna come crunch, midway, sit up. That's 1 rep, okay? Lower all the way down. Crunch, midway, sit up. Lower all the way down. So it's almost like a little ticking clock, lower or coming up. Cardio, row 4 is burpees. That means chest all the way to the ground. Jump or step up, making sure you have a box at that station. For girls that need to modify, they obviously would just be doing squat thrusts on the box and not doing burpees chest to the ground if they're balance level. For line 5, we have a bicep curl and press. So we're going to be curling either a weight or a band, curl up, and then press overhead, reverse that motion. So we curl, press, lower, all the way down. Then we have our box jumps again as our counter. Get our team tally at the end of that round and then try to beat it for that last and final round 4. So tag me on Facebook if you have any questions, and have the best workout ever.